How's it going, guys? It's your boy Fox back at it with another video, and today I want to talk about how Marvel Rivals made you toxic. Yes, you heard that loud and clear, how this game made you toxic. I get it, it's been almost 1 year so far since the game has been released, and let me just say, there is no other game that's more toxic than this game. And if you're gonna tell me that this game didn't make you toxic, at least in the slightest, then you're lying. This game has made everyone a little bit toxic, if not really toxic, and there are many reasons why this game made you toxic. And if you play this game long enough, a lot of the points I'll be mentioning in this video you can definitely relate to. At first, you started playing this game with good intentions. It's a hero shooter game, and you know what? It's got some of your favorite heroes in this game, like Iron Man and Spider-Man, whoever. But that's more than enough reason for you to play this game. But as you put hundreds of hours into this game, the person you started out as is no longer there because you're someone else. Why? Because this game made you toxic. And here are the reasons why Marvel Rivals made you toxic. Voice chat. This alone is the staple of toxicity in Marvel Rivals. Why? Because it's voice chat. Voice chat in any shooter game is always going to be toxic. The question is, how toxic are we talking about? Are we talking Call of Duty toxic, Overwatch toxic, or are we talking Marvel Rivals toxic? Because no one takes this game more personal than a Marvel Rivals player. If you're someone who puts hundreds upon hundreds of hours into Marvel Rivals, then of course you're going to take this game very personally. That by default is toxic in itself, and you gotta let your team know that you mean business in ranked matches. Even though all you guys are silver ranks, it doesn't matter because it's ranked matches. Also, I like to add, it's also voice chat, and you know voice chat, things are gonna get crazy. People will say the most fucked up shit if they have to in order to win. You quickly realize that being nice to your teammates is gonna get you nowhere. You know you have to dunk on your teammates and shit on them and tell them like, hey Spider-Man, what are you doing? You're 0-10. What the are you doing? Change your fucking role now. Because if you ask the Spider-Man nicely, oh hey Spider-Man, can you please change your character? You're really not helping the team. No one's gonna listen to that shit. It's sad, but that's just how this culture works in Marvel Rivals. You gotta be toxic too to get shit done. And soon you accept the fact that voice chat is what this game's about, where people are just talking to each other, saying the most up shit that they can in the voice chat. Why? Because it's Marvel Rivals. Even in quick match, it's gonna be the same thing because voice chat exists, and the only way you can avoid this kind of toxicity is disabling voice chat. But that's not gonna stop you from reading the text chat. Ranks. If rank doesn't bother you when you lose, then that's bull. Because why? Because it's ranked match. Anything with ranks in a video game is always going to be problematic. You put hours upon hours into getting to the next rank, and just being demoted once is going to ruin your day. That's what this game does to you. It ruins your pride, it ruins your ego, and it definitely changes your whole mood. Not just how you view this game, but how you view every game. If you're not winning, then you're not having a good time. If you're not ranking up, you're not having a good time. If you're still at the same rank, you're not having a good time in Marvel Rivals. Ranks is everything when you play Marvel Rivals. If you're not ranking up, then what are you doing playing Marvel Rivals? Playing quick match? Don't make me laugh. And also, if you're not at Grandmaster, then what are you doing? You say you have over 1,000 hours into Marvel Rivals, yet you're still stuck at Silver 2 rank. What are you doing, man? You can't say you're really good at a game if you're not at one of the highest ranks in the game, because ranks is everything in Marvel Rivals. Maybe not to your friends, but to your own ego. Rank reset. Now, after putting hundreds of hours into your rank matches, you finally got to your Grandmaster rank. It took you weeks on weeks to finally get to GM1. Congratulations. However, all that glory is out the window. Why? Because a rank reset. That's why. And that pisses you off. Nothing pisses anyone off when their rank is back to the bottom. After all the hard work you grinded your way into rank matches, you realize in about 2 weeks, all that glory is out the window because rank reset is around the corner. And of course, everyone is going to be in the rat race all over again to grind their way back to GM1, eternity, whatever. It doesn't matter because you know what? You're at the bottom all over again. And that messes everyone up. It messes you up. It messes me up. In fact, rank reset is toxic in itself. I think rank reset happens a little too frequently, if you ask me. Not everyone has 8 hours a day to grind their way into ranked matches. Sadly, some people got jobs and some people have school to attend to. And if that's not the case, we got other things to do outside of Marvel Rivals. Like, I don't know, having a life? Some people have family to take care of. Some people have other obligations to take care of, like studying for a test or maybe going to the gym. No one has the full-time hours necessary to get to the desired rank in like under a week. No one has that time and no one has that patience. At best, a lot of people playing this game, they got a good few hours at best, and that's about it. They got to do other things outside of video games, outside of Marvel Rivals. I know, shocker, but that's just how it is. And it's a miracle that you finally got to Grandmaster rank, and it sucks when rank reset happens. I know it's necessary for rank reset to happen because we don't want everyone being a Grandmaster rank, but it sucks when rank reset hits you because you got to start the whole process all over again. And you know what else? You lose that spark like you had in the first place. Like you were all fired up ranking up in Marvel Rivals, but you don't have that zest anymore like you used to because rank reset happened again and again and again to the point, why even try? Why even give a shit about this game anymore? At that point, you're losing the love for Marvel Rivals. Not enough. Maybe this game is not enough for you. You spend hundreds of hours grinding your way into ranked matches, and you're saying to yourself, competitive is just not enough for you anymore. All you do is play rank, and that's about it. At best, you go to a higher rank. That's really all there is to it. That's the only thing new you get out of this game, a higher rank, before rank reset hits you again. Yeah, you know there's new cosmetics coming out for the game. You know that there's a new PvE mode in the game, like zombies, but it's just not enough for you. You want more out of this game. You're tired of spending hundreds of hours into ranked matches, just mindlessly grinding your way to the top, only to satisfy your own ego. Outrank your friends. Before, you had a lot of friends in Marvel Rivals, and now you outrank your friends. You realize the more you play in Marvel Rivals, at some point, you're gonna keep ranking up in your matches, and at some point, you're gonna outrank your friends, because they don't have the love and obsession like you do to grind your way to the top. And you just realize that you outrank them. You outrank them so much, you can't even play with your friends anymore in ranked matches. And there's no way you're going to be playing quick matches with them because you're going to feel like playing quick matches is a waste of your time. Because you said to yourself, if you're going to be playing Marvel Rivals, it better be ranked. You got to get something out of these matches. No friends. The higher you go up, it's going to be really hard for you to make friends in the higher ranks. Most of your friends are stuck in the gold and platinum ranks. And you're a Grandmaster, making your way to Celestial rank. You're just too good of a player in Marvel Rivals that you have no friends in your level anymore. And it's time for you to get new friends. Sadly, no friends in the high ranks. Real quick, when you go to your friends list, how many of your friends are at a Grandmaster rank in Marvel Rivals? Maybe one or two, but a lot of people aren't at that rank. And because of that, they can't play games with you in ranked matches because you're just too high of a player for them. It sucks, but it's the truth. And I know it's a little bit repetitive from my previous point by having no friends, but remember this, the higher you go up in ranks, the less friends you have to play with. So maybe rank reset isn't so bad because at least at that point, you're at the same rank with your friends until you outrank them again. One loss is too much. Look, I get it. You're gonna win a lot of your games because I'm sure you have, which explains why you're a Grandmaster rank in Marvel Rivals. You have to win majority of your games to be ranking up at that level. But you played Marvel Rivals to the point that a loss stings and it hurts. One loss is the equivalent of like 5 or 6 wins. And why is that the case? Because you need 5-6 wins to make up for that loss. And the reason why one loss is too much is the fear of demotion. You're scared to be demoted. You're scared to go back into Diamond rank when you're a Grandmaster. You're too good for Diamond rank, which is why you worked your way to be a Grandmaster Marvel Rivals. That rank means everything to you. So a loss is not a loss anymore. It counts. Fear of demotion. Now, when you play Marvel Rivals for a while, demotion sucks. Being demoted in Marvel Rivals is the worst feeling one can ever receive in this video game. It sucks because you put hundreds of hours to reach a particular rank, whether it's Diamond or Grandmaster, and now you're having a bad day. You spend weeks of having good days, but one bad day can ruin everything. You're scared to switch characters now because you may be great as a DPS, great as a tank, but you're scared to be a healer. You're scared to choose another role because although you're a decent player with another role, you're scared to be that role because you're scared to be the reason why not just your team lost, but you lost. You're scared to be the reason on why a loss keeps happening because you chose a different role or you chose a different character. And when one keeps losing over and over again, demotion is around the corner. And at that point, you gotta ask yourself something. Do you keep playing your main or do you try a different character? And you know if you try another character in Marvel Rivals, the percentage of you losing just got a whole lot higher. You know it's so easy to lose in your online matches in rank mode in Marvel Rivals. You know shit is getting real in the Grandmaster level. So if you think to yourself, what can possibly go wrong by choosing another character? Think again, grind, my friend, because if you're not at an expert level with that character, don't be surprised if your team lost, and don't be surprised if your team calls you out for you causing them to lose. You know, at this point, this game definitely changed you. Maybe not for the best, but definitely for the worst, because you're scared of being demoted. For me, I don't really care. If I get promoted, that's just a byproduct of me playing rank mode all the time. Some people view it that way, and that's how it should be. Just play rank and chill. That's about it. If you're good and you keep winning, you're gonna rank up eventually. It is what it is. I really don't give a shit about ranks in Marvel Rivals. If you're playing with me and you're my friend, whether we win 10 times or lose 10 times, it doesn't matter, because we're just here to play Marvel Rivals. But if all you care about is a victory and the only way you can have fun is you winning, then I don't want you in my team. Get that toxic shit away from me. But at the end of the day, guys, whenever I fire up Marvel Rivals, I'm just here to have fun and just vibe. It's nice to work hard in your rank matches, don't get me wrong. I think being at a particular rank is pretty cool. Like, who doesn't want to be a Grandmaster? But that's not the end all and be all in this game, because if you keep thinking rank is literally everything, it's gonna fuck you up. I'm not gonna lie. If the only way you can have fun is you ranking up in Marvel Rivals, then I feel like you're doing something wrong. Not just as a player in Marvel Rivals, but you as a gamer. You're basically letting a ranking system to control your emotions. Think about that. But with that being said, guys, I gotta ask you something. Has this game made you toxic, or has it made anyone you know toxic? But regardless, toxicity or not, I'm still gonna be playing Marvel Rivals.